Hello everyone, my name is Taylor and I will be guiding you through yoga class today. As always, if you have blocks or anything that can be used like a block, water bottle, books, really anything that you can kind of have a little bit more height for your hands, um, recommend just grabbing just in case. Today, I was thinking we can focus a little bit on hips and heart openers. So, yeah, we'll get started right away. We'll get started in child's pose. So, if you want to take a seat on the mat, and then you can bring your big toes to touch, knees nice and wide, maybe about mat width distance apart. And then you can sink your hips towards your heels, begin to lengthen your arms out in front of you, relaxing your forehead on the ground. And maybe you don't want to find stillness right away. So if you're feeling a little bit antsy or like you have some kinks throughout the body, maybe you just want to do a little bit of rolls with the shoulders or walk your hands to one side and then the other, and just kind of allow yourself to have a little bit of movement before finding that stillness. I encourage you to keep your arms nice and active out in front of you, but also be mindful about creating space between the shoulders and ears. And if you're ready to find some stillness, maybe slowly making your way there. Maybe a little body scan, checking in on how this posture is making you feel. Maybe a little bit of tightness in the hips. Maybe it's feeling really, really nice. So just checking in and then beginning to notice the breath. Noticing where the breath is flowing to. And then allowing yourself to deepen that breath. So beginning to fill up from the bottom of the belly all the way through the front and back ribs into the chest. And then when you reach the top of your inhalation, slowly exhaling to release all of that breath back down to the bottom of the belly. And finding your pattern of breath that you can use through the whole practice today. Taking your time to find it. Maybe noticing how in your inhales the belly is pressing into the thighs a bit more, so really feeling that belly expansion. A couple more rounds of breath like this. One more nice inhale to fill up. Exhaling out through the mouth. And then maybe rocking your forehead from side to side, wiggling your fingers. And whenever you're ready, we'll make our way into tabletop, taking your time to get there. And with tabletop, we want our shoulders and wrists aligned, fingers are spread wide, and then the knees and hips are aligned. The core is already engaged here. So an active core, you can even think about the belly button going up towards the spine to really engage. Head is an extension of the spine. Maybe you're gazing a few inches past your fingertips. So already a nice stable foundation here in our tabletop. And then on your next inhalation, begin to draw your belly down towards the ground, opening up your chest, and then maybe lifting your head and gaze if it feels good. On your exhale, bringing the belly towards the spine, up to the sky, releasing your head and neck down towards the ground. And going through these two motions of cat and cow, Maybe keeping your eyes closed so you can just focus in on the sensations that you're feeling throughout the body. And I encourage you to make it your own. Exaggerate the postures. You're in the comfort of your home. So just allow yourself to create any movements that feel good for you. Maybe you want to move the neck a little bit. Maybe you want to stay in one of these postures for an extended period of time. Full breaths, bringing you through the whole posture. And after this next round of breath, we'll make our way back into that neutral tabletop, tucking the toes under and lifting the tailbone towards the sky, coming into our first down dog. So I encourage you to pedal out the feet, go to your tippy toes and back down. Whatever you need here, maybe you want to gaze underneath one armpit and then the other, just noticing how these subtle movements can really change the posture and really allow yourself to find that down dog that feels good throughout the body. Maybe a really nice bend in the knees, shaking the head yes and no, letting go of any tension in the neck, space between the shoulders and ears, belly towards the thighs, long spine. And then finding some stillness. On our inhale, we'll shift the weight forward, coming into plank pose. A nice exhale here. Filling up on the inhale. Another exhale. One more deep inhale and exhale to our down dog. Inhaling here. Exhale out through the mouth. Inhale to our plank pose. Exhale to our down dog. Again, inhaling to plank, kind of finding those spinal waves here. Exhaling to down dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale to down dog. Inhaling to plank. We'll stay here this time. A nice deep exhale and inhale. So a couple rounds of breath. You can always lower the knees down towards the ground, but we want the head to be an extension of the spine here. One more deep inhale to fill up. And on our exhale, we'll keep the elbows nice and close towards the body as we slowly lower down towards the ground. Untucking the toes so the front of our feet and our pelvis are pressing down towards the ground. And inhaling to lift up for a heart opener. We're going to stay here for a couple rounds of breath. So maybe hovering your hands off of the mat so you can really focus on your strength and your flexibility in this cobra. Rolling the shoulders back and down. Again, space between the shoulders and ears. One more deep inhale here and exhale to release. Inhaling back up to our cobra and exhale to release. Once more, inhaling to cobra. This time we'll exhale to child's pose, So again, just settling into this child's pose, maybe finding stillness right away. Noticing how just that little warm up maybe changed this child's pose already. At any moment when you need to release heat, maybe just exhaling out through the mouth. And again, on your next inhale, whenever you're ready, we'll meet in down dog. Bending the knees, gazing forward, hop or walk to the front of the mat. Inhaling to half lift when you get there, so fingers to the shins, lengthening from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Again, maybe a little bend in the knees will feel really good here. One more deep inhale in this half lift. engaging that core. And exhale to fold forward. Inhale to half lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale to fold right back down. Inhale to half lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale to cactus the arms, open the chest. Maybe you want to bring your hands to the low back. That might feel a little bit more supportive, but wherever you are, the core is engaged, and it can feel as if you have a block between your thighs. So the thighs are externally rotated, but they're pressing towards each other. Active body here. Core engaged to support the spine. Sorry. And then on your next inhale, arms back towards the sky. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, left leg back, low lunge. Slowly lowering the back knee onto the mat. Inhaling, arms to the sky. Modified crescent lunge. So if you want to bring your hands to your hips, just checking in, seeing if we need to bring that left hip forward, right hip back. You might need to bring the left hip up a bit, right hip down. So just checking in on those hips. And then we'll slowly bring our hands behind the back. A nice deep inhale to fill up. And then an exhale to slowly open up the chest towards the sky. You can sink down into the hips a bit more, but active legs, so still feeling the thighs pressing towards each other. Feeling that center line of energy through the body. So nice open chest here, really focusing on opening up the chest. You can bring your head or gaze towards the sky if you'd like. And then slowly lifting back up, inhaling, arms to the sky. Exhale to bring hands inside of the right foot. So both hands are inside of the right foot. Maybe you want to walk that right foot out a little bit. Couple more rounds of breath here. And then we'll slowly plant the hands, lift that back knee off of the mat. Bring the right foot to meet the left in your down dog. Inhaling that right foot towards the sky for a three-legged dog. Hips are squared. Exhale to open up the hip, bringing that right foot over to the left. Maybe you want to create some circles with the leg. Maybe you want to stay in stillness. But we want to try to keep our weight evenly distributed in both of our hands, which then allows for our shoulders to stay nice and aligned. And we'll inhale to lift back to that three-legged. Exhale to our down dog. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Bending the knees, gazing forward, hop or walk to the front of the mat. Inhaling to half lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale to cactus the arms, open up the chest. Inhale, arms back to the sky. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, right leg back, low lunge, making any little adjustments as we lower the back knee onto the mat, and inhale, arms towards the sky. Again, maybe you want to check in on the hips, left hip back, right hip forward, core engaged, and then when you're ready, lifting the arms towards the sky, and then we'll slowly bring the hands to the low back so we can settle into the hips a bit as we open up the chest here. Core engaged, maybe bringing gaze and head towards the sky. Open up the chest, opening up the heart. Breathing, taking it to your edge. And then we'll slowly lengthen back, arms towards the sky. Exhale to bring hands inside of the left foot this time. If you need to walk the left foot out a bit. Long spine. I didn't mention this on the other side, but as always, blocks are a wonderful tool. So we have a long spine here. Legs are still engaged. Nice deep breaths. And then we'll slowly lift that back knee off of the mat. Left foot meets the right in our down dog. Inhaling the left foot towards the sky. Exhale to open up the hip once again. Maybe you'd like some movement. Maybe you're staying still. Hands have equal distribution of your weight. On your inhale, finding that three-legged once again. Exhale to our down dog. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Inhale, right leg towards the sky. Exhale, knee towards nose, shifting our weight forward. Shoulders and wrists are aligned. Inhale to lengthen back towards the sky. Exhale, knee towards nose, really getting that knee uplifted towards the body. And then slowly release that foot in between your hands, finding your low lunge. Breathing here for a moment, slowly lowering the back knee onto the mat once again. Inhaling, arms to the sky, always paying attention to the hips. Inhale for a nice long spine here. Exhale to cactus the arms, open up the chest. You can always bring the hands to the low back if you prefer. Inhaling, arms back towards the sky. Exhale, both hands inside of the right foot. Long spine here. This time we'll lift the back knee off of the mat, and then we'll find our warrior two legs. So feet are perpendicular, heel to heel alignment or heel to arch. You can grab hold of a block if you'd prefer as we lift our left arm towards the sky. So we're finding an extended side angle here. And you can find any length or height of the block too. Inhale that arm towards the sky. Exhale the left arm towards the front of your room. Really allowing that chest to open up toward the sky. And then one more deep inhale and a nice long exhale. Inhale to use that core to lift up into our warrior two. Making any little adjustments here needed, trying to get the knee aligned with the ankle. So settling in here. Maybe closing the eyes, using your inhales to find a bit more length, exhales to get a little bit deeper. Sometimes the knee likes to wobble inward, so being aware of that and really engaging the legs so you can keep the knee aligned with the ankle. Flipping the front palm to the sky, reversing your warrior, so keeping that nice bend in the front knee as you reach that right arm back, finding that side stretch option to bring your left hand to the low back. Inhaling to lift back up, warrior two. We're going to pivot on that back foot, finding our crescent lunge. So again, making any adjustments here to get comfortable. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to cactus the arms. Open up the chest. Inhale to lift back up. Crescent lunge. Exhale to plant the hands onto the mat. Right foot meets the left, plank pose. Deep inhale in our plank. Exhale to slowly lower, hovering the body off of the mat. Inhaling to your up dog or cobra, whichever you're feeling right now. Wherever you are, opening up that chest. A beautiful heart opener. And on your exhale, finding down dog. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Inhaling left leg towards the sky. Exhale, knee towards nose, shifting the weight forward. Inhale to lift back up. Exhale, knee towards nose. Again, really finding that lift with that left leg. And then on your exhale, bringing that left foot in between your hands. Slowly lowering the back knee onto the mat. Inhaling, arms to the sky. Modified crescent. Again, being aware of the hips. And then when you're ready, exhaling to cactus the arms. Open up the chest. Settling in. Finding that breath. Inhale to lift back up. Modified crescent. Exhale to bring both hands inside of the left foot this time. Lifting that back foot off of the mat. And once again, finding our warrior two legs as we plant our left hand on the mat or a block and lift the right arm towards the sky. Making any adjustments to get comfortable here. And again, opening up that chest, almost as if you're trying to open it towards the sky. A deep inhale to really lengthen that right arm towards the sky. And exhale to reach it forward, palm facing the ground. Using your core to inhale and lift up, warrior two. Again, making any little adjustments, checking out on the front knee, seeing where you can relax a little bit, where you can engage, how you can make this posture exactly how you want it to be. Breathing here. Flipping front palm to the sky and reversing your warrior. Again, reaching that left arm up and back. Maybe you want to bring the right hand behind the back. Inhale to lift back up, warrior two. Pivoting on that back foot, finding our crescent lunge once again. Any and all adjustments that are needed. Inhale for our length. Exhale to cactus the arms. Open up the chest, keeping that core engaged. Inhale to lift back up, crescent lunge. Exhale, plant the hands. Left leg meets the right, plank pose. Inhaling here. Exhale to slowly lower, hovering the body off of the mat. Inhaling for your heart opener. And exhaling to down dog. Nice deep round of breath here. Inhaling to fill up. Exhaling to release. Inhaling, right leg towards the sky. Exhale, knee towards your right wrist, coming into pigeon. So on pigeon, we want to keep that back leg nice and straight. Our hips are squared. So sometimes we like to bring our weight into that front leg. So really trying to distribute your weight nice and evenly. And if this hurts your knee at all, you can always come onto the back and do a figure four. But for those of us in a pigeon, on our next inhale, allowing ourselves to open up the chest here. And exhale to slowly lower down onto the mat wherever you're feeling comfortable. Allow this to be a passive posture, using your breath to find your depth. So again, inhales, maybe you're just finding that little bit more length, and our exhale allows us to just get a little bit deeper. Sometimes we like to clench the jaw in this posture. So just being aware of holding on to any tension in the face or the jaw. Trying to stay as relaxed as possible throughout this posture. We're here for about 5 more breaths. You're ready to slowly come out of your pigeon, beginning to lift back onto the hands. We'll make our way right into down dog, so however you'd like to get there. Maybe you want to pedal out the feet, noticing the difference from side to side. And then when you're ready, inhaling left leg towards the sky. Exhale, knee towards the left wrist. Finding your pigeon on this side, checking in on that back leg, checking in on where your weight is in the hips. And then when you're ready, a nice open chest on your inhale. Exhale to release forward. Maybe this side feels completely different than the other, so honoring that, being okay with wherever you land on this side, and then continue to allow yourself to settle in. Maybe these are the longest, fullest breaths that you've had all practice. Couple more rounds of breath here. When you're ready, slowly lifting on out. You can bring your weight, shift your weight to one side of the body so we can extend both legs out in front. If needed, you can just kind of shake out the legs a little bit. And then we're actually going to come onto the knees. And we're going to do a little bit of camel. So a nice heart opener here to end. So you can either keep your feet untucked or you can tuck the toes under. And then we want our knees about hip width distance apart. So camel posture can be a very intense one, so we can find our edge. So I'll walk you through a couple of options. But basically, we can start out with bringing our hands to the low back. And then on our inhale, finding that length as always. Exhale to open up the chest, maybe bringing head and gaze towards the sky. Keeping those legs engaged and just seeing where you can go. That is option 1. Option 2 is to bring the hands to the heels. And then again, opening up the chest, keeping the shoulders away from the ears, lifting the head towards the sky if it feels comfortable, or pressing our hips open and out, so pressing our hips forward as we find length through the spine and open up the chest. If you want a little bit more, you can untuck the toes, allowing there to be more space between the hands and the heels. And then again, going through the same motion of pressing our hips forward, opening up the chest, being aware of the neck and not letting it just flop back, always protecting the neck. So wherever you just were, we'll lift up to find that neutral spine once again. And then find a deep inhale, and we'll just go one more time for a few breaths wherever you feel most comfortable to open up the chest. Remembering to breathe. Sometimes in heart openers, we kind of forget to. So taking it to your edge where you can still find those nice deep breaths. And when you're ready, slowly lifting up. And then we'll begin to make our way into child's pose, where we will end this session. So once again, bringing the big toes to touch, knees nice and wide, or you can bring the knees together, whichever one you're feeling right now. Forehead down towards the ground as we lengthen our arms out in front once again. Allowing ourselves to neutralize the spine a bit after that heart opener. And then again, just finding those nice deep breaths that we found in the beginning of practice. And once again, noticing how the body feels after some heart opening, some hip work. Now we're back in our child's pose. Let's take a deep inhale to fill up. Exhale out through the mouth. And allow yourself to be completely relaxed in this child. If you want to relax the arms a bit, just allowing yourself to reach forward as much as you can and then kind of relax those forearms down. Sending a breath to anywhere in the body that you need to. Releasing any tension in the neck, the jaw, the throat. Inhaling to fill up. Exhaling to let go. Again, inhaling and exhaling. I encourage you to stay in this posture. Maybe you want to move into another one for an extended meditation. But if you're ready to come out, you can wiggle the toes or the fingers, maybe rock your forehead from side to side, engaging that third eye. And then when you're ready, you'll just slowly begin to lift up again. If you want to continue in your final relaxation posture, feel free. But if not, we'll take one more deep inhale in a seated position. Exhaling out through the mouth. Bringing our hands to heart center. Thank you all for sharing this practice. I hope you enjoyed it and have a lovely rest of your day. Namaste.